Oh, yes, it's another smelly day in the workshop. The two diffuser tunnel parts, i.e. the main tunnel to the diffusers, we flanged 8 coats of wax again. Obviously we don't have to wax the plastic, it pretty much releases off that with hardly anything. You do spray PVA on it, but that's about it. So 8 coats of wax, 2 layers of PVA, and we are time for gel coat. So yes, it's the expensive stuff. So that's the first layer of gel coat. There'll be 2 layers of gel coat, and then we'll do the veil or tissue, and then 220 gram, and then build up to 450. So that's that started. Okay, so this is the second petition we have on this mold. So this is still tacky. We literally just only finished it about half an hour ago. So the first part of that mold was the front half, which was the main section. This is the section across the top. So that's that's done now. We have now the 2 end caps to do. This is on its final coat of wax. I've already waxed this flange, but effectively this flange here obviously was a piece of that I was on yesterday. I've only just finished this mold, but to be honest, I only one layer away, so I pulled this off yesterday and started waxing this edge. So now we can do the end piece. I'll have to index at 90 so I don't have an upper surface to try and glue chop strand mat to. That doesn't work, so we'll turn that 90 degrees so it'll be kind of like that, and then there'll be no overhang surfaces to make up. So that'll be the third part of that mold. The other side, this is obviously the first section. So last layer we've added some core mat, something I kind of forgot with that one, but to be honest, there's not many flat areas on this, or hardly any flat areas at all. But it seemed rude not to throw it on just to add a bit more thickness. So yes, that's also just going off now. Obviously this is highly untrimmed, so everything, yes, it just stinks in here to say the least. I've got my trusty ventilation fan at the top there, you can only see, and a window open in the corner, but it still stinks. And the heating cranked up just to make sure I compensate for the fact that it's -5 outside. Oh yes, we finally remembered to put some gel coat in the little, it kind of reacted like that. It's basically because it hasn't gone off properly. When you put a second layer, it bubbles up a little bit. There was a minor little reaction there, so just a minor repair to the mold. Well, we had the gel coat out, that was done last week, so this needs sanding and then more prepping and more polishing. So yes, anyway, lots of fiberglassing, lots of bits and pieces. Yes, lathe work. It's a job for a friend. So to finish off his Isol Grifo, it's got a 66, I think it's 67 Isol Grifo, 427 Series 1 big block car, and the steering. Here we go. Here we go. This is fits inside the steering wheel, and these 3 ears should fit through these 3 slots from the underneath, but they have a tendency of breaking off, and this looks like a really nasty pot metal material, so welding it would be never a particularly good fix. So we're going to make some brand new ones of these. We'll have water cut out some 6061 1/4 inch thick blades, and then we'll weld them here. It's going to be interesting trying to weld them in position. But if we have that kind of sits like this, the steering wheel, and that's the horn press. So yes, we do bits for classics as well. Yeah, these are the hub adapters, and we're going to make another ring for the top of the cover that over there as well. So multitasking, see, I can do it. Oh yeah, we did also get the injectors arrived for the injectors are off the good old girl. So the injector dynamics 1050 ID 1050X has arrived, so 1000 plus cc, so plenty enough to make 1100 horsepower according to the injector dynamics website. I put all the information in, 8,000 RPM, 6.1 litre, 1100 horsepower was the target, and then we looked at what was roughly about 80 to 85% of duty cycle, and it came out with 1050s. So 1050s it is. Didn't want to go with the 13s, because obviously the higher injector CC flow you get, the more awkward it is to base tune the bottom end and basically get it to run really, really nice in traffic. So, you know, it's easy to get the big flows. It's not so easy to get the tiny flows at the bottom that involves it driving nicely at idle and above. Which is why we went to the injector dynamics, because they're the daddy of the injector world. So it's a Bosch Motorsport injector specifically made for them. And the 1050s have a really good record of being ultra tunable at very, very low duty cycles. So, and it comes with all of the data for voltage, fuel pressure, flow calculations. So basically you can add the two tables for fuel pressure compensation and also voltage compensation. All of those information is basically off of the website, straight off the 1050s, which is great. Which basically means I can just take that information and whack it straight into ECU. Don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. So if I, for whatever reason, lose the battery and the volts start dropping, then the injectors will automatically compensate to keep the right fuel into the cylinders, which is great. So yes, that's about it. It's smelly as hell in here. And yeah, I'm gonna go in for a coffee now, because like I need to de-styrene my nose for a bit. Okie doke. So mold, more mold, another mold at the back. Yes, we're making progress, which is keeping me happy, albeit I am, yes, on a styrene high at the moment. See you all later.